Hello crafters, this is Flavia and I appreciate you stopping by. In this video, we will be creating with the Spellbinders March 2024 Stitching Die and Glimmer Kit of the Month. Spellbinders offers many club subscriptions that you can subscribe and cancel anytime you want. I have been a fan of these clubs for a very long time now, since the designs are just outstanding. Here is a closer look at the plates included in the Stitching Die of the Month for March 2024. With this set, we get a very intricate metal plate to cut out a cup and do the stitching. We also get two options for books that we can stack and place the cup on top, for example. It is also an option to do the stitching on these die-cut books if you want to. And it is also included in the set metal plates to cut out a bookmark, flowers and leaves. To save some time off screen, I cut out the pieces needed for today. I chose to stitch the cup and the books in this video. However, if you do not feel like stitching or you can't, know that it will look gorgeous even without the stitching, because as we can see here, the metal plates created beautiful patterns on the die-cut cup as well as on the die-cut book. I will begin by stacking the die cuts that I will be stitching today to make it stronger and prevent tearing as I stitch. To do the stitching, we will need a tapestry needle, and I highly recommend you also get a needle threader to make the process easier. I chose a metallic gold thread to match this gorgeous pattern paper that I cut the cup from. Begin by feeding the needle through one hole and taping the end in the back with a piece of strong adhesive. Today I will be doing just basic stitches and using the engraved lines on the cardstock as a guide as I stitch. And here is a closer look at a completed cup. Using strong liquid adhesive, I will glue this stitched die-cut cup to a solid shape die-cut. And because there is a lot going on in the back of this stitched die-cut piece, I will need the help of a couple of self-lock tweezers to hold these two die-cuts together as the glue dries. These self-lock tweezers can be very handy, and that is why I have lots of it. Let's now have some fun stitching the die-cut books. Here I will be using one strand of a DMC 6-ply floss. I will tape the two ends in the back before I begin stitching, and again I will be following the markings that the metal plate created on the cardstock as a guide. Once we are done stitching, let's put together the pieces. Here I have my stitched cup and books, and I will use the die-cut flowers to fill out this cup. When working with small die-cut pieces, a wax pencil like this one that I'm using can be very helpful and make the process even more enjoyable. Before adhering my die cuts to the note card, I will dry emboss my front panel. A great tip when dry embossing is to mist your cardstock before running it through your die cut machine to avoid cracks and tears on your paper. To perfectly line up my panel with the note card, I will place both pieces on the corner of my scoring tool as I glue them together. This dry embossed panel is a little bit bigger than my A2 top folding note card, so later I will trim off the excess. But for now, I will place it inside a very heavy dictionary as it dries to fix any warping on the cardstock that the embossing folder created. In the meantime, I will decorate the flap of the envelope to make it better match the note card by using the same die-cut flowers that I will use later to decorate the front panel. I will also work on the sentiment while I keep my note card inside that heavy dictionary as it dries. Today, I will hot foil my sentiment using the Spellbinders March 2024 Glimmer Kit of the Month. The sentiments included in this set go perfectly with the Stitching Die of the Month theme. As we can see here, it is included in this set a large plate that we can use to add foiled lines to our projects, and I will actually show you what this looks like at the end of this video. Aside from that, we also get this large plate that we can use to hot foil 4 sentiments at once, such as Our Story is My Favorite, Magical Wishes for You, Enjoy Your New Chapter, and Coffee, Books, and You. Just perfect, right? It is also included in this set a metal plate to cut out all of these sentiments at once, which is such a time saver, and I love when companies do that. To adhere the die-cut books to my dry embossed panel, I will use the Barely Art Glue, which is a strong liquid adhesive that dries clear. However, I will be using foam adhesive to adhere the cup on top of this stack of books so it has some dimension. The foiled sentiment will go at the bottom, and of course, we cannot forget to add the bookmark. And here is a closer look at all of the note cards that I have created so far with the Spellbinders March 2024 Club Kits. By the way, to create the sentiments in Portuguese, I simply printed with my laser printer and then I used a piece of gold deco foil and my laminator to foil these printed sentiments. This is something that I often do when creating sentiments in Portuguese. And notice the subtle foiled background panel for the slimline note card that I will show you in a second. I was able to create these foiled lines by using that large plate included in the Glimmer kit of the month that I showed you earlier and a piece of foil in the color opal. I had a lot of fun creating these note cards and I hope you enjoyed this video and felt inspired. If you're interested, I have a list of all products used in the description box down below. If you make something inspired by this video, make sure to tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you create. For pictures and more information, make sure to visit my blog. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Take care and happy crafting!